Construction, construction, everybody loves construction. No, they don't, right? Okay, let's say you are building a house, or you have a dream of building a house, or heck, you're just curious because you're a designer and architect and you just like this stuff, like I do. Today's video is for you. Today, I am talking to you guys about sustainable construction materials. And I discovered through the research for this video some materials that I actually hadn't heard of, so I'm really excited to share it with you. Let's dive in. So the first technique that we're going to talk about for sustainable construction is called rammed earth. Yeah, you heard me right. I had never heard of this. I was trying to think of some other things, some types of construction techniques that were used and sustainable techniques that I hadn't heard of before, because I've heard of personally like straw bale construction and a few others that we will touch. But this one I had never heard of. So it was really fun to actually like dive in and get some information on this. So earth construction is one of the oldest forms of construction. I feel mind boggled by this, to be honest, that I didn't know about this. I feel like once I saw pictures, I was like, oh yeah, I just didn't know what it was called. And one of the nice things, it's one of the most durable construction methods. Think the Great Wall of China. Yeah. What's interesting is that you actually see it in a lot of luxury homes because it can create that look of sedimentary rock and just that nice, it's just a beautiful look. Rammed earth walls or floors can be used for thermal storage, which is really interesting actually, allowing the sun to warm it up throughout the day, and then in the cool evenings it continues to radiate that warmth through. So how this is formed, so this is a low carbon technique. It uses forms in which soil and binder is placed in layers and then pressure is applied to create a hard and durable surface. It's a really interesting and really solid, sustainable construction material. So I touched on this briefly, but straw bale construction. So this one I had heard of, and it's got so many benefits to it. So this is a building technique that has been used for a very, very long time. So basically, straw bales are straw, exactly, what you think it is. Usually it's the waste from if you're using it in the sustainable form or the traditional form, it would have been waste from the farmlands, from the agriculture lands that would have actually been gathered and made into those bales. What's nice is it's actually a substitute for lumber. The one thing you have to know about when you're building something with straw bale construction is that you're going to have much thicker walls in a straw bale constructed home, let's say, than you would with just using typical, timber framing. But the bonus that you get is that the walls that are made out of straw bales, not only are they your wall system, they're also your insulation, and their R value is really, really up there. So you're getting a 2-in-1. You are getting a thicker wall, but because it's already a more natural material, it's sustainable, and you're getting amazing R value. So straw bale construction is actually something that you can use right here in Ontario, even in this climate. One of the things that people think of with straw bale construction is they think, oh my God, isn't that really flammable? Actually, it's got a really great fire rating. It's the way that it's contained and actually put together that you don't actually have to worry about that any different than, a gypsum wall. When you build a home with straw bale construction, your fire rating is excellent, your R value is excellent, and what most people notice is just how comfortable these homes are. They keep the home nice and warm and comfortable in the wintertime, and they keep it cool and fresh in the summertime. The last sustainable construction material that I want to touch on today is wool insulation. Now, I was like, wait, isn't that for a sweater? I actually didn't know that you can use wool as an insulation. It makes sense, but I didn't know it. So just like fiberglass insulation, you can buy wool insulation in bats and rolls just like regular fiberglass insulation. But the benefit of using wool has a 10% greater insulator factor. And what's extra special about wool is it's able to absorb, retain, and release moisture while still keeping its thermal properties. So basically, again, in a place like Canada, you're gonna be warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer, and that is always a good thing. So one of the things that I learned about wool also, which I thought was really interesting, wool can improve your indoor air quality by pulling harmful chemicals such as formaldehyde, nitrogen oxide, and sulfur dioxide out of the air. Wool is naturally fire resistant, sound dampening, non-toxic, and biodegradable. So at the end of its life cycle, it won't end up just living in a landfill. The wool manufacturing process is also really sustainable. So one of the things is it's way safer to install. You don't need to be wearing gloves or masks or any special hazmat suit to install this stuff. It's superior in its useful life, as we've already touched on. So these were just a few of the sustainable construction materials that I wanted to share with you today. If you guys are liking this type of content, please comment below. Let me know what else you want to learn about in the sustainability world. I'd really love to hear about it. I really hope you enjoy following along with me. And if you are enjoying this content, please consider subscribing to Interior Design Hub. I would really appreciate it. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. All right, guys, thanks. Until next time, bye.